weekly facts from the 5th to 11th July, whatever came in the last week. So firstly related to the environment. So recently the king cobra recently spotted in the Tilari Conservation Reserve, which is in Maharashtra. If we talk about the king cobra, then it is the most venomous, means the most lethal and highly dangerous and longest in all venomous snake. The king cobra has a vulnerable status and appendix second. Remember that it is not the highest protection under the international regime, so second highest. Similarly, in India, under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, not the highest protection, which is a Schedule 1, but the second highest Schedule 2 protection given to the king cobra. Another is the black panther. We can say the melanistic leopard. So remember that has founded in the Navegaon Nagzira Tiger Reserve, which is also in Maharashtra. What is the main thing is that it is all dark and very dark in color. Either it will be in dark or in some dark color, means that is also a black. So this is the main specification of the black panther. Has a vulnerable status. Appendix 1, Schedule 1 is the status under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Found in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Maharashtra. And remember that Hemis National Park, which is in Ladakh, is very important related to the leopard. Another fact related to the Himalayan yak. So remember that National Research Centers on Yak and the National Insurance Company Limited actually tied up for the ensuring of high altitude yak. Why? Because this is the, remember that there is a fourfold decline in the population of the Himalayan yak between the 2012-2019, which consists of almost 24.7%. Remember that total population is the 85,000 and tolerate minus 40 degrees Celsius, means the, you can say the extreme cold. And what is the yak rearing state? Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir. If we talk about the status of the Himalayan yak, then it is a vulnerable status protected under the Appendix 1 of internationally and Schedule 1 in India under the Wildlife Protection 1, and which is given the highest protection to the Himalayan yak. Remember that the Kanchenjunga National Park, which is related to the famous for the musk deer, is also important from the point of view of the Himalayan yak. Now another important fact related to the Central Pollution Control Board annual report came on the Plastic Waste Management Rules 2016. So Central Pollution Control Board, so there are some facts which is related to, remember that the 3.3 million tons plastic waste generated everywhere, this is the fact, and 90% plastic only recycled and 20% which is burnt, means the plastic burnt outside if there is any, and 29% accumulated in landfills, either they go into the ocean, seas or etc., or they sometimes put in the land. So this is all about. Remember that Central Pollution Control Board is a statutory body under Control of Pollution Act 1974. These things you need to remember, so it doesn't come under the Environment Protection Act 1984, and powers and functions derived through the Air Prevention of Pollution Act 1981. So this is all about the environment facts which came in the last week. Another facts related to the economy, and we will talk about the international relation. So remember that the RBI, means the Reserve Bank of India, which is a central bank of India, will buy the 20,000 crore through the government and government security, through the Government Securities Acquisition Program, or you can just short form is the GSAP, on July 8. So what is the government security acquisition program? Actually what is the main aim is to bring down the interest rate, or interest rate actually keeps under control. So if the government will buy, so they do not have to pay more interest on that borrowing. So that's why this program is launched by the RBI. For more details you can watch my video on the government security acquisition program, link in the description. Another is the services sector, second successive contraction. So this is given by the IHS Mrakrit. As you know, there is a PMI services sector came, and both for the manufacturing and services sector. We said that there is a contraction, and in June 41.2 came in the June, and in May this was in the 46.4. So there is a complete contraction in both months, and export fall for the 16th straight month. Transport and the storage showed the only growth, and employment in this service sector fall continuously in 7 consecutive months. Recently, Union government transferred the 9,871 crore to 17 states. And remember that to meet the revenue deficit under Article 225, under which the central government can transfer the money to the state. So this is all about. And remember that the IT sector, means the information technology sector, showed the 11% growth in the revenue. So this is basically a hub during the COVID-19. As you know, there is a sharp rise in their, not only in their revenue but also in their expansion, because everyone is getting online. So that's why IT services sector is also shows the growth 2.7% despite pandemic, worth the 99 billion. Another is the GST collection. Remember that in June there is a GST collection actually fall from the 1.002 lakh crore to 9,849 crore. So this is the GST revenue collection has been for this time, but also but in the July now there is some kind of lockdown opening, and that's why it might possible in July that it will lead up to the rise in the GST collection. Another very important, and it becomes very important, that Ministry of Cooperation has been formed recently to give the push through the cooperation movement. So this is very important, and head will be the Amit Shah, and recently a home minister. Another very important fact related to economy, that government spending on infrastructure declined sharply in the first quarter, means April to June, which is the first quarter of this financial year. Total infra spending declined by the 39% in the first quarter. So this is actually completely against the notion. As you know, finance minister in the budgetary speech has clearly said that we are only spending and we are only spending, but the data shows that the government spending on infrastructure declined. Remember that union and the state government combined spending fell by the 41.6%, around the 42%. And in quarter four of the last year, means this January to March, 1.67 lakh crore spending on infrastructure, but in the first quarter, April to June, 376 crore. Irrigation and manufacturing, decline in spending in irrigation 97% and manufacturing 77%. So this is completely against that. As you know, the government is saying we are more strengthening the agriculture, and India wants to be a manufacturing hub. So this is completely against that notion. And private investment also declined 1.7%. As you know, private investment is completely, but the stock market is on the boom, and that's their peak and overloaded according to the RBI. Another most important of this topic is that Department of Public Enterprises has been shifted to Finance Ministry from the Ministry of Heavy Industry. This is the one of can be the most important question and asked in any examination. So there can be two questions. Recently, the Department of Public Enterprises has been shifted to which ministry? Finance Ministry. And Ministry of Heavy Industry, previously it was in Ministry of Heavy Industry. So you need to remember this. OECD and G20 countries actually signed the inclusive framework on the base erosion and profit shifting. So you need to understand the concept of base erosion and profit shifting. What is actually the base erosion and profit shifting? Base erosion, actually it is a tactics of the multinational country to evade the and to pay the tax to the countries where they are operating. So this is known as the base erosion and profit. To tackle that problem, OECD and G20 countries signed the inclusive framework on this base erosion and profit shifting. What is the aim? Aim that multinational enterprises pay their fair share to countries irrespective of the countries actually where they are operating. So let's suppose if Amazon, Flipkart and any of the multinational enterprises, the origin of the country is the US, but if they are operating and getting the substantial amount from India, then they have to pay a fair tax or fair share of revenue to the India rather than giving everything to the US. So this is the main aim of the signing inclusive framework on base erosion. Remember that the who signed OECD and G20. This is very important term. And remember that OECD consists of the 90% of the global GDP. This is and remember that India is both a member of the OECD and the G20 countries. Another thing you need to remember, government extended the agricultural infrastructure fund to the agriculture primary market corporation which is operating in the state and federation of the cooperatives, etc. If you want to look at the what is the agri infrastructure fund, I have also uploaded a video, link in the description. Other facts related to science and technology, that Chinese astronauts successfully performed outside the Tiangong station. So this is the Tiangong space which actually 3 crewed members went into the space. What is the main aim? Actually to build the space station by 2022. So this is the main objective of this Tiangong space mission to the. So that's all about. Remember that another facts related to the social and particularly the women. Crime against the women has been increased in capital. Capital means Delhi over the 63% in the first 6 months of this year. Means the January to June. If you talk about the rape, then 580 to 833, molestation 733 to 1022, kidnapping of women has been also increased, abduction of women has also increased, dowry death, which is the most common, has been also increased. Another related to the dispute between the states. Karnataka Meghdatu project actually leading a confrontation between the Karnataka and the Tamil Nadu on Kaveri river. So this is the one of the major issue between the Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, because through the Meghdatu project actually Karnataka want to lift out some water for the Bengaluru metropolitan city to meet their drinking water, and that's why this led to the confrontation between the Karnataka and Tamil Nadu dispute. So Millennium Technology Prize for 2020 actually went to the Shankar Balasubramaniam and David. Why this has award this has been given? Because of the developing revolutionary DNA or RNA sequencing through the process of strand synthesis. So what is basically the DNA sequencing and RNA sequencing? Basically a copy of gene will be developed, and that's why this award has been given to the. This is all about the weekly facts which actually came in the last week. So hope you will like this video. You should subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.